What's up, everybody? It's Erlanger Railfan here. Today is going to be a little different of a video for you. No trains. We are going to talk about trains, and you probably can tell by the title, my top 10 catches of the year of 2021 so far. So I'm going to be ranking from number 1 to number 10. You'll probably get, you might get mad, or I don't know, from what my opinions and what my best catches are from 1 to 10. So starting at number 1, my very first one is catching the Kansas City Southern Veterans unit going through Pendry Park that night. I've never thought I would ever see that engine, so why not have that be my number 1, because that's very rare to see going through Melbourne, Kentucky on CSX track, and that track back there, it's not really active, really. It's gets maybe a few trains a week, maybe more, I don't know, but it's not as active as it used to be, not nearly as active. So that was a really cool catch. I was glad I got to catch that, because that was really rare. Never thought I'd ever see that. I'm glad I got to see that. That was my first Kansas City Southern in person, right in front of me. So number 2 is catching the Erie Heritage unit with a Union Pacific AC 4400. It was very old. It had like the lettering on the side, and it was pretty dirty. That just shows off how old it is. Pulling NS 143 with the training first responders cars at the end. That was unusual. I wish we got to see, the engine and then the cars that went with it going through Erlanger, but that's just what they did. I didn't really like it, but it was cool to see those cars. Now all I need is the engine, and then catching that train will be complete. Number 3 is catching 3194 Spirit of All Law Enforcement CSX in Latonia, Kentucky. I'm pretty bummed that I didn't get to hear the RS5T horn, because I love those horns. Those are my number 1 favorite horns of all time. They're so awesome. So, and that has been coming through so much. Like it went on the Q208 and Q209 route for weeks, and I never got to catch it until one of those days. I tried to get it to blow the horn at Casey Junction, because they're allowed to blow the horn there, but engineer didn't. Some engineers are not friendly, and so they won't blow the horn at you. I was begging them to blow the horn because I wanted to hear it, because that's been a really long time since I've heard an RS5T in person. My number 4 is catching 8104 Lehigh Valley Heritage unit going through Erlanger. I forget what train number that was. I'll have to find that. But that was really cool, because he gave us a nice horn show, and that really pumped me up. So yeah, that was a pretty cool catch. Number 5 is probably gonna be Nickel Plate Road back in April with my friend Eric. We caught that the same day we caught the Erie Heritage unit. That was the second time we caught the Erie Heritage unit. Then later that day we caught Nickel Plate Road leading. He blew through Erlanger. It was in the rain, and he was laying on that horn. He blew it at us. He was hauling. That was pretty cool. And then see what we at. I think it's number 6, I guess. Yeah, I think number 6. Yeah, number 6 is going to be, this one probably won't be as special to you guys, but it's special to me, because they're one of my favorite types of locomotives of all time. Catching an SD40-2 single leading. It was a local, but still single leading with either a P3 or a P5 horn, like the ones that they used like on the old SD40-2 high hoods. Like it was like that kind of a horn. And what was cool about that is that it came through at 6:30 in the morning. It was waiting on a southbound coming out of Cincinnati, and that southbound actually is going to be tied with this on my top 6. It had 8120 Norfolk Southern ES44 GEVO with an RS5T horn going through Erlanger coming south. That's what that SD40-2 was waiting on before he could leave. And then that's when I caught the SD40-2, had that nice horn. What was cool about the SD40-2 is that I caught it in Erlanger at 6:30 in the morning, later that day at like 2 o'clock, it came back from Cincinnati, just single, going long hood leading, just going down the tracks. I got to hear that nice, either a P5 or a P3 horn. It was nice. Those are really cool. I've not seen an SD40-2 since from Norfolk Southern. I've seen SD40-2s from CSX, but not Norfolk Southern. They're hard to get in this area. And I've been dying to get one again because they're so freaking cool. I love their body style. I love how old they are, and they show off their old antique body. It's freaking awesome. All right, so number 7 is probably going to be catching Canadian National going through Visalia. That should be higher up on my list, but all the things I've said before I think is better. And it's probably gonna, make you mad. I don't know. I'm sorry, but catching that CN lead, a CSX ethanol train with a CN Gevo up front, and then an SD70M-2 from CN again, trailing in the back with marker lights on it. That was freaking cool. I caught that at Casey Junction coming out of Cincinnati. Then I drove all the way down to Visalia near my house and caught it there, because I wanted to hear the horn, and because it was going faster. So that was what I wanted to get. So that was a really cool catch. Number 9 on my list, I think that's where I'm at. Number 9 is probably going to be catching the Norfolk and Western Heritage Unit. I've caught that twice. Caught it in Erlanger on leading 216 through Erlanger a few months ago, and then I caught it last night trailing. The paint is coming off, and I do not like that. I hope they repaint it, or at least give it a fresh coat of paint. I do not want to see any of these Heritage Units get repainted, because I need to catch all 20 before I want them to do that. Even though it's not up to me, but still, that's just how I wish it could work. And then number 10 out of the year is probably catching the Erie Heritage Unit leading. This was my first Heritage Unit, like first ever Heritage Unit. It was I forget what train it was. It was a stack train. It either could have been NS216 or NS200 or 215, one of the two, or one of the three. I don't know which one it was, but it was leading one of those, and I was so piped about that because it was my first Heritage Unit of my out of the 20, and I've been trying to catch any of those for the past 9 years. Since 2012, since they came out, I've not seen one since. My first one I caught was in 2021, and they've been out for 9 years, and that's how long it took me to catch at least one so far. And I'm already at, I think I'm at 8, I believe, for NS. I think so. So yeah, that's my top 10. I'll probably have more down the road. We'll see what 2022 brings. So from here on out, this is Erlanger Railfanner signing off. But before I go, subscribe if you want, and give this video a thumbs up. And drop me in the comments and let me know what your top 10 are. I will answer any of you that comment as much as I can. So I just want to see how different ours could be from each other. So yeah. All right, this is from here on out in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. This is Erlanger Railfanner signing off.